This video is for all the people in the US who think they have a right to feel safe and use this idea to justify restrictive gun control in America. There's no such thing as a right to feel safe in the Constitution. It doesn't exist. It's a made up right by people who don't know the Constitution. The funny thing is, the closest right we do have to the idea of the right to feel safe is the Second Amendment. Because the Second Amendment was written to protect your right to adequately protect yourself in this country. Too many people don't understand the difference between feeling safe and being safe. You can feel safe and actually be unsafe, while at the same time, you can feel unsafe while you're actually safe. Let's take what's happening in Israel, for instance. Israel is known for always being on high alert for potential attacks. The government has gone above and beyond to try to not only make the people feel safe, but also be safe. They have things like the Iron Dome.
Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system, a land-based system that intercepts and destroys short-range rockets and mortars. It has become a bedrock of the country's defense since its introduction in 2011. Israeli military said the Iron Dome is currently operating at the same capacity as previous rounds, with a 90% success rate.
Considering the number of rockets they have to deal with, a 90% success rate is incredible. On top of that, for 2023, Israel is ranked 18 of 145 out of the countries considered for the annual Global Firepower Ranking, which is an annual ranking of countries based on their military strength. All of these things make the people feel safe, but the question remains, are they actually safe? Unfortunately, I'm sure the people who were at the music festival where part of the initial attack started felt safe, but they weren't. You see, while all of these people were dancing and having a good time without a care in the world, men with guns paraglided right into their rave and started shooting and killing and kidnapping people. And it wasn't just the people at the music festival. It was people everywhere who had no clue that day that they were going to be attacked because they felt safe, but they weren't. This is a prime example of what feeling safe but not actually being safe looks like. I say and show you all this to demonstrate that the Israeli government goes above and beyond to try to make their citizens feel and be safe, except in one way: the right to keep and bear arms. You see, Israel doesn't have a Second Amendment, and they are very restrictive when it comes to citizens owning and carrying guns. So much so that the percentage of citizens who actually own guns is about 2%, where in the US, it's about 30%. Now, I can hear all of the anti-gun people saying, oh, so you just want all the people and the citizens to have guns. Well, yes. And guess what? So does Israel's national security minister, who just tweeted this. Today, I directed the Firearms Licensing Division to go on an emergency operation in order to allow as many citizens as possible to arm themselves. So now we understand how important it is for the citizens to be armed. So any American watching what's happening right now in Israel who thinks we should be banning guns, let what's happening in Israel right now be an example to you. When the shit truly hits the fan, the only person you're going to be able to depend on or rely on to actually be safe is you. And I promise that when that time comes, you're going to be begging for a gun. So do yourself and the rest of this country a favor and stop voting for gun control. Go buy a gun, learn to use it safely, train, and be thankful that you don't have to beg for a gun when it truly hits the fan, because by then, it'll be too late. Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video, then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.